Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And it'll be intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. For Kidder here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, they'll throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is taken at the 10. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. The Bengals at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second and 5. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 right at the 40. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made in the Jaguars' 24-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and then, oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now back to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up on 2nd and 7. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Jaguars are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TV.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half, a field goal or something. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So what a play there in the final minute of this first half. They get the interception. More importantly, their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, that one play certainly changes the outlook, doesn't it? I mean, they're looking at going into the locker room. No points on the board. Not playing well defensively. Deflated. And now things may have changed for them.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And this is caught. It's Brown. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Mixon with a first down carry. And some room to work. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is Anderson over the middle. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Looking to throw. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 30. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll look to throw here. They'll roll him out right. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the end.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinals. Ready?
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think you can easily follow the thinking there. The pressure on the last play, it got to him, so they decided, let's get him out of there, bootleg him out to the right. Unable to complete the pass downfield, but the thought process, spot on.
Back to throw. Open, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Jags grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second and 3. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Jaguars are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Give to the fullback. This is Ron. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Derek Watt, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll look to throw again. He's got it.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, it took us until the final play.